What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Uriah for the Hub of Fantasy Football, along here with my co-host Foley.
Hello, it's Foley, and Evan's not here today, but if he were here, I'm sure he'd say the Saints have won 3 Super Bowls in a row on my Madden franchise, and we've set all the records.
And I'm still going. It's great.
That's right.
Although on my end, I still don't know how to pass really, but that's a whole other issue.
Are you playing this year now?
Yes. But I played it last week. This week I really hadn't had time.
Yeah.
But anyway, the sponsor for today's podcast would be Fantasy Associates, LLC. Are you tired of ending up at the bottom every year? Well, hire Fantasy.
I never am.
Oh, wow. Well, hire us at Fantasy Football, LLC, and we will be more than happy to draft for you and put you at the top of your league. Please subscribe.
I like that.
So how are we doing this week, Foley?
You know, I'm having a bit of a Jim Mora moment because I shouldn't admit this as one of our, expert analysts here, but I just realized about 30 minutes before we started recording that in our league, playoffs start next week and in a lot of leagues.
And I have a little update on our league. Now, this will be you should be worried.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you say I should be, then I probably shouldn't be, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. Little hit. So first we have, I'll take right now where we're at. Right now where we're at, Todd. It's going to be Todd, Jakita, Evan, Olo, Tony, and Foley as we stand.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's where it gets juicy. This can go a lot of different ways. The people that it could hit the most is going to be, let's see, if things go wrong for Foley, which they usually do, right?
They often do. I don't want to jinx it, but I will say I'm up against Stone Dome this week, and I am currently projected to win 64%.
Well, here's the thing. If everything goes right, you're in.
Yeah.
But, let's see, if Todd loses, Tony loses, that's going to throw a whole new fiasco with Foley and Stone, which if Foley wins, great, he's in.
Yeah.
But if he loses, it comes down to a tie between Stone and Foley, which will then go to points, which currently you're up 80 points. But that can go south real quick.
I feel okay. I don't want to jinx it. I feel okay.
I'm sorry. I also forgot Dollar General. Matt could be in this tie also, with all three of y'all being at 7-7 if things go the right or wrong way, depending who you are.
Matt is not catching up on the points tiebreaker.
No, he's 1886 and y'all two are 2019-20. So it could get. Hey, who knows what's going to happen? I'm just happy to say I'm happy to be throwing a wrench in that, beating Tony last week, and hopefully I can beat Chiquita this week.
This is actually, I'm really happy with all my leagues right now. I control my own destiny in all of them.
It's a tough place to be, though.
Yeah, for sure. The pressure's on, but I'm in 6 leagues. 2 of them I've already clinched my playoff spot, and the other 4, win and you're in. As long as I don't lose, I'm going to be in. And that's a good place to be, especially some of these leagues. And I'm in some really competitive leagues.
I hate worrying about the other teams to help you.
Yeah, and I don't have to, as long as I can take care of my own business.
Yeah, and in our college league, me, Jane, it's like 4 of us all right there together.
Yeah.
So I mean, I hate when it's like that because
it's stressful.
You have to win, and then other people have
things.
To
yeah, you got to count on other people. But yeah, I'm in a lot of winners leagues, and they are super competitive. And I started out terribly in almost all of them. I was just getting crushed, but I've pulled myself up by my bootstraps, and we're doing better now. And when you're in.
The old working man Foley.
That's right.
I like it.
That's right.
So let's dive. You got anything new? I don't really have anything news-wise.
I've got, actually, you know what? I've got a little bit of analysis for you. Listen, as far as the news goes, mark this day on the calendar. I'm going to talk about 2 separate kicker things right off the top. God help me.
I know.
Number 1.
For somebody who does not endorse kickers in fantasy football, go ahead.
I hate kickers so much. And so first, let me start with the negative. Young Wei Koo has almost certainly played his last game in the NFL. I just want to acknowledge he blamed it on the holder. The hold was not perfect. It was not that bad, though, for you to just kick the dirt and then try to throw your holder under the bus like that.
Well, that's the fault of society today. Back in the old days, we fail, we just say, it's my fault.
Yeah.
Now they come out, these kids, and they're like,
there's no accountability.
It's the holder's fault.
I know. That really
it wasn't like it wasn't on TV or anything. Nobody saw it.
Like, it's okay, kickers, you guys are dumb. Of course you're going to make stupid mistakes. Whatever. I can laugh that off. But then for you to blame it on someone else when it was so clearly your own fault, that really upset me. On more positive kicker news, though, I have some new data analysis for you.
Okay.
100% of onside kick attempts made by Irish kickers are successful.
Is there only one Irish kicker?
The first ever happened this past weekend with the Saints. They elevated their Irish kicker from the international program to the quote-unquote starting lineup. He did an onside kick. It was successful.
So what you're saying is international players are awesome this year.
Irish. I mean, you and I'm Irish. You're Irish, right?
I figure everybody's a little Irish.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think all three of us on this podcast are partially Irish. I'm Irish-Italian. Shout out to Irish kickers. I hate kickers in general, but maybe there's something to an Irish kicker.
Moving forward.
The other thing I have, it's not news, but just something I wanted to go through off the top, expanding on a point that I made last week and also kind of making it into a broader thing. I talked last week about tight ends and how, I caught some crap for targeting the big three tight ends in the draft when maybe the value could be found later on. I want to talk through something. I'm going to give you some numbers. Through the first 8 weeks of the season, these were the leading tight ends every week.
Okay.
Juwan Johnson.
Terrible.
Tucker Kraft.
He was good.
Hunter Henry.
He's on a good team.
Dallas Goedert.
He's good.
A.J. Barner.
Nope.
Dallas Goedert again. Oronde Gadsden. Tucker Kraft again. And I feel like with most of these guys, at some point we were like, whoa, is this guy for real? Like, this is the steal of the draft. Juwan Johnson? Holy crap. Hunter Henry?
I will say, though, if you go back, we didn't endorse those people.
We did not. Well, we got into there a little bit with some of them.
We said pick them up for just to go with.
Let's hold ourselves accountable after we just said the whole coup thing.
Yeah.
We fell for it with Hunter Henry. We fell for it with Gadsden, who just had a goose egg of a game, by the way. But let me just finish this point real quick. Since week 8, which is so of the big three, 2 of them got hurt, right? Mm-hmm. Bowers was hurt for a while. Kittle was hurt for a while. Mm-hmm. But since week 8, here are the top 5 overall tight ends.
The regular people?
Number 1, Trey McBride. Number 2, Brock Bowers. Number 3, George Kittle. Number 4, Travis Kelce. Number 5, Colston Loveland, which is kind of what they went in the draft, right?
Yeah.
Roughly. Loveland's probably
he's the outlier.
Yeah, he's the outlier. So my point is just, this is why, things can go, like I said, I start off horribly at the beginning of the year. Weird stuff happens in a small sample size. Juwan Johnson can be the tight end 1 for a week. Hunter Henry can be the tight end 1 through 3 weeks. But over time, things do even out, and we should have patience and not jump to these outrageous takes.
Well, see, that's okay. I will agree with you to a certain extent, but at the same point, this comes back to mine. If you don't get those top 4, screw it. You're going to end up in the same situation.
Sure, that's fair. But that's why, like,
I understand.
I don't feel this way every year, but this year I definitely felt like I need to get one of these big 3. And if I don't, then okay, Tyler Warren, who, by the way, since week 8 is only tight end 10.
Yeah, but see, man, if you could somehow, when you're drafting, go in there and find like the number 6 tight end,
absolutely,
and just roll with him.
Yeah,
but that's
historically what I've done. This was a new strategy for me to actually target one at the top.
The kicker is, which I imagine this is in every league, is you have somebody, which we did different with keepers, and somebody illegally kept somebody, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, they see Sam, they see Sam Laporta go off the board, and the next person's like, oh, Kittle, oh, Kelce, and then there's a run,
mm-hmm.
and if you're, I don't like the runs, but whatever. I still think it's not a position that you have to go for.
And that's fair. My broader point is just don't fall for the hype. I mean, I remember us on this podcast at one point last year talking about Cole Kmet over the last 4 weeks as the tight end one, and then he did nothing after that.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying about earlier this year. We wasn't saying like, oh, he's going to be the best. We were just saying, hey, if you have Brock Bowers, this is a guy to pick up to hold you over.
Yeah, it's your bonanza picks.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
The only other note I have is, as we go into these games, I'll try to keep up with this. I did not do booms or busts. I decided to try something different because, like I said, things have stabilized. You know, in the beginning, it was really easy to pick booms and busts because I felt like the market was off on some things. The market's gotten better. It's a little harder to pick booms and busts, I will admit. I said out loud that I thought that I was crazy for picking Bros Merch and Boom, and I was correct that it was crazy. I shouldn't have done that. So I'm backing off the booms and busts right now. I'm trying something different as the resident DFS degenerate over here. I played daily fantasy football, so I'm going to shout out as we go through the games some DFS degenerates, some people that I think are worth in tournament plays. If you're in a big pool where there's, you put in $1 and you might end up winning $10,000, something like that. These are some sneaky plays you can stick in there.
Okay. Well, we'll start with today's game, Dallas versus Detroit. We'll go with Dallas first. How are you feeling about Dallas? I mean, their offense is kicking and their defense is doing just enough.
It's gotten better
to work.
I mean, R.I.P. Marshawn Kneeland, ever since his passing, they've really come together, that defense.
Yeah.
Like, they've rallied around.
How far back does Jerry Jones' arm goes to tap himself on the back for Michael Pearson? How does it go there?
We shouldn't, because it still looks like a terrible trade. Like, I mean, Parsons is incredible for the Packers.
But it's working.
I don't know.
It's working for both teams.
Is it though? Like, well, I mean, this is yet to pay off for Jerry, and it's going to take a lot for it to pay off.
But the slightest thing he can do to celebrate is what I'm getting at. I mean, but
listen,
anyway,
if I were a billionaire, I'd act just like Jerry Jones. So I'm not going to lie. Like, that's.
Oh, I can think of so many things I could do as a billionaire. Anyway, Dallas, who we starting? Everybody?
Pickens for sure. Lamb, go ahead. Dak is a fine start.
Turd Ferguson,
Javonte Williams,
Javonte.
Yeah,
I feel like you got to start them all.
Yeah, full clip.
All right, moving over. Detroit.
If you're playing, here's my first. This isn't a true DFS degenerate because this is a huge name, but
Jameis.
Well, he's been great. But what I was going to say is, if you're playing, so with the island games, these primetime games, you have the single slate where you do a captain and all that. Jahmyr Gibbs as your captain makes a ton of sense tonight. You could, if you really want to be contrarian, you could do David Montgomery. I know Dallas's defense has gotten better. This is still a terrible run defense.
Yeah.
So I would consider captaining.
You're smashing both of them?
Yeah, I mean, you're smash Jahmyr Gibbs. He could be RB1. And David Montgomery is a worthy flex in a normal league, but in the format of DFS, you could consider making him your captain to get that 1.5x points, and that could be the difference maker for the winner of the week.
Look, let's see. Detroit Dallas is getting points. I would go Dallas. Dallas is going to win this game.
I've got to make my pick'em picks.
I have not made mine either. I'll have to make that.
Shucks.
I think Dallas is going to win this game.
I'm going to make the picks as we talk through today.
I think Jameis, I mean, he's going to be Amron. Man, I'm worried. I'm worried about Goff. I really am. The offensive line is,
it's bad. Okay, so speaking of the offensive line.
Here we go.
Here's some news. This was such an insane story that I don't know if you caught.
Oh my goodness.
Frank Ragnow.
Saw it.
Okay. So for those who don't know, let's go through this because this is nuts. Frank Ragnow, one of the best centers in the NFL.
Retired last year.
Yep, played for the Lions, retired this past offseason. Okay, Lions are going through all these injuries. So he announces before Thanksgiving he's going to come out of retirement. The Lions are bringing him back. Everything's awesome. And then turns out he goes in for a routine team physical.
Can't pass it.
He fails it because of a grade 3 hamstring tear, which, for those of you who don't know, a grade 3 hamstring tear basically means you don't have a hamstring.
Yeah, it's not attached.
You can't really walk. How did this guy not know that he had a grade 3? I mean, is this dude just that much of a dog that he didn't even notice that he didn't have a hamstring? Or was he in excruciating pain and was just like, maybe they won't notice?
Once again, that bag that we were talking about.
Right, yeah.
Which brings me to another crazy story. Did you see about the linebacker for Denver?
Oh, the testicular cancer? Yeah.
Crazy. Went in and they basically banned him because they said he was on steroids, and come to find out he had testicular cancer.
Yes, which causes your testosterone to go super high.
Wild story.
I would have thought the opposite to be true, but yes, apparently that sends your testosterone through the roof. That's how he got diagnosed, because they thought he was on steroids.
So fantasy start everybody for Dallas, start Gibbs, Jameis.
Jameson Williams is a lock because Amon-Ra's not going to play.
Yeah.
So Jameson Williams is a fire start for sure. I understand the trepidation about Goff. I think he's still start worthy. It's indoors against Dallas. I know he's had his problems.
And this could be a shootout. It could be. Which being Gibbs. Anyway, so let's move on to Seattle and Atlanta. Seattle, who you got?
Well, more DFS degenerates to talk about, actually. So I think this is actually a really great game. I'm not sure the over-under, but I think it's a great game to stack. 44.5. I would love to see that a little bit higher, but I do think this is a good game to stack just because I like the matchups. Sam Darnold, it doesn't look like a good matchup on paper because Atlanta's pass defense has been good at times.
Not this week.
I don't think this week, actually.
I don't either.
And so I think you can put in Sam Darnold in a DFS lineup as your quarterback for fairly cheap. And while you're at it, pay up, stack him with Jackson Smith and Jigba. And while you're at it, I know we're talking about Seattle, but just while I'm on this, one of the principles of DFS in tournaments in particular is to have what they call the bring back, where you're playing someone from the other team in your same lineup. Drake London, if he plays Sunday, which is not a for sure thing, he's been dealing with a knee injury, but if Drake London plays, bring him back. It's a good matchup for him against the Seattle secondary.
I will say the only thing that's going to give Darnold fits is the two rookie defensive players. If they get
James
going,
Pierce Jr.
If they get going, it could be a problem, but I think when you have Jackson Smith, it's kind of you have a valve you can throw off to.
Yeah, I'm making those picks. I want to be clear, like that's of all of my picks today, that's the one I probably feel the ickiest about, just because you know how I feel about Sam Darnold.
I do.
I think he can always turn back into a pumpkin.
Sam Darnold.
I think he can always turn into a pumpkin, and especially against a good pass rush, which Atlanta is not consistent in being a good pass rush, but in a given week they can be.
On the Atlanta side, it's got to be Bijan.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe Drake if he plays. I would also keep an eye. I hate to say this. Keep an eye on Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
He liked him last week. I would see him keep going to the well on that.
If London doesn't play, Pitts is a smash start because when London doesn't play, they're barely even throwing to wide receivers. Outside of Drake London and Darnell Mooney, only Ray McLeod's the only receiver with over 30 yards.
Stop. Is he back on there?
No, he hasn't played for them for a month, and he's still like the only receiver other than the main two who has over 30 yards because they don't throw to the wide receivers outside of Drake London.
So
it's Kyle Pitts. And Seattle is pretty good against the run. However, they are not good at defending running backs catching passes out of the backfield. Bijan Robinson is very, very good at that. Smash start. Could be RB1.
All right, so let's move on to, I think this is going to be a hidden game, Cincinnati and Buffalo. Let's start with Cincinnati. I will say this, Buffalo did sign Slay. I don't think it really matters.
Not this week.
Cincinnati could be tricky play this week. They could win this game. I do see Joe Burrow winning out, honestly.
I don't know. It's so weird because both of these teams desperately need this win.
Absolutely.
And of course, this is the Damar Hamlin game, the annual
RIP.
Yes. I mean, so I don't know what that does to my analysis, but this is the game where Damar Hamlin died.
And came back.
He didn't come back during the game, that's for sure. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm confused by Cincinnati.
It's a scary game.
Yeah.
On both sides.
I'm confused by both of these teams, honestly. I mean, what Cincinnati just did to Baltimore, I don't know if that's more Cincinnati or Baltimore.
Who knows? The only thing, I don't know how pumped up Cincinnati can be. They're 2 games back. they have a chance to still win.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Pittsburgh, Baltimore. I mean, it could get really cloudy in that division, which it always usually is. But then in Buffalo, are they going to try and win? I mean, they're putting themselves in a hole.
Yeah.
A big one.
Yeah, it's been really gross. Like, Josh Allen ended up having an amazing game last week, but there was a point where
just don't look good.
Yeah, when I called him a bust, it looked good for a half, and then it came roaring back in the second half. So I don't know. I mean, it's the Cincinnati defense. So regardless of who wins or loses the game, fire up Josh Allen, fire up James Cook, fire up whoever
you can decide.
If Kincaid plays, fire him up. Probably Khalil Shakir. If Kincaid doesn't, you might even consider Dawson Knox. I'm not going to touch Keon Coleman.
Well, only reason I say that is
he going to play? Keeps getting benched.
Well, he got to make some meetings. I mean,
he's got to make the meetings. Him and Brian Burns.
I mean, it's crazy. The problem with Keon is I thought he was going to be more. I was totally wrong.
You were.
But I will say, if Kincaid don't play, he's going to be the mystery piece in the end zone.
Or is it Brandon Cooks? I mean, I doubt it.
I doubt it. But I mean, I don't know. Cincinnati, you know who you're starting. Yeah. Burrow. What's this? Chase Brown's looked good lately.
Yeah.
He really has. He's not tearing up points, but he looks good.
Yeah. And Jamar.
Is he playing?
I don't know.
I need to look into that. Look into that while if he's playing, I think you got to.
Yeah, if he's playing, start him. I would kind of doubt he does, though.
On all of these games, pick your usual starters. You know who they are by now. Let's move on to Tennessee and Cleveland.
T. Higgins takes big step forward ahead of matchup versus Bills, according to Sports Illustrated.
Oh, here we go. Light him up. All right, we'll move on to Tennessee and Cleveland. Is there anybody besides a tight end on Cleveland you could maybe start?
Quinshon Judkins.
Yeah, especially with this defense. That's the kicker, though. I mean,
Tennessee's defense has actually not been terrible, but it's not been amazing. But it hasn't been terrible.
Cleveland will win this game. Really?
It's in Cleveland or it's in Tennessee? It's in Cleveland.
In Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland probably will.
Although
oh my God, the over/under.
I would take. I know. I just looked out. I would take Tennessee in the points. 33.5.
Yes. Can these two teams combine for 34? Oh,
you know what's
sad?
Can
Shador do it?
I saw a breakdown of Gabriel and Shador. The passing yards per game. It's like 130 yards for each one of them. I was like, wow.
If you combine those two into one quarterback, you might have a serviceable starter.
You might have J.J. McCarthy.
I mean, yeah. Or you could have, if you took the best qualities of both of them, Shador is very, very accurate. He can actually throw the ball downfield okay.
Dylan is more athletic.
Gabriel's more athletic, and Gabriel gets rid of the ball faster, doesn't take as many sacks. So if you just combine those two, you could have someone better than J.J.
Spencer Rattler.
You could have Tyler Shuck.
All right, Tennessee.
Bo Nix. You would have Bo Nix if you combine them.
On a bad week.
No.
Bo Nix
on an average week for Bo Nix.
Speaking of which, I'm going to get into something with you later on. We're going to want to talk about it.
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. Ayumanor's back for Tennessee, but you're not going to touch
trust
him.
it.
Yeah,
okay.
I just dropped in another league.
Tony Pollard.
I dropped Pollard and Spears. I had them both in a league.
They're just not doing anything.
I dropped them both. I'm tired of waiting.
I would say Quinshon, of course, maybe Fannin.
Yeah.
And if I say Fannin, it would be more of a daily fantasy where he's probably going to catch a touchdown in the zone. Moving on, let's see. Washington versus Minnesota. I feel like this is such a yucky game.
Jaden Daniels going to play.
That might change things then.
Looks like he's going to play.
That could change.
I don't know why. It's another one. They're 3-9.
Why are you playing him?
Yeah.
Just sit him.
Shut him down for the year. But he was a full participant today.
Is he back from his concussion?
He is likely going to play, almost certainly going to play. So
that means, Lord have mercy. Do you sit Justin Jefferson?
Well, here's the thing. Justice for J.J. McCarthy, because things got so much worse without him. Max Brosmer, I said last week, in a quarterback class that I did not like, I had him outside of my top 10 at the position, and I was right.
So when Justin Jefferson went to church Sunday night, Was he praying and thinking that J.J. McCarthy was his quarterback?
Yes. Okay,
Oh, my
I'm so
gosh.
sorry for that.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, at a certain point, look, JJ's been bad. I'm not making excuses for JJ.
So bad.
I'm not making excuses. I promise I'm not. I think he's the worst part of that offense, including the offensive line. He's worse than any of the offensive linemen. However, Justin Jefferson is supposed to be the caliber of wide receiver.
Who makes up for a bad quarterback?
Yeah. And we're not seeing that. This whole offense is supposed to be like, we can make do. And
you have two really good wide. You have
Addison's not doing anything.
You have a really good. You have wide receiver 1 and a wide receiver 2, a legit 2, on both sides, and a good tight end.
Yeah,
and
they're all dropping passes. 2
decent, serviceable running backs, and you cannot do anything.
Yeah.
It's sad. I don't understand it either.
That's what I think. Like I said, Jefferson and Addison are both dropping passes right now. It's like, again, Jefferson is supposed to be good enough to overcome some of this, to elevate the quarterback to a certain degree. And whatever about J.J. McCarthy, yes, he's been bad, but he is in no way being elevated. It's not like he would be worse if Justin Jefferson weren't on the field. He would be the exact same level of bad. And I say that as a fan of Jefferson.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm confused by it. But on the running back situation, Aaron Jones is hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So
smash Mason,
DFS degenerate Jordan Mason, and they'll go you on better. I always, when I do DFS tournaments, I like to stack one of my running backs with their defense on the idea that, get up to a big lead, they're pounding the rock, that kind of thing. You got to build these correlations in your lineup. So I would stack. I did this before I found out what's his name's going to be back. Jaden's going to be back, but I still stand by it. Jordan Mason, and have the Vikings defense as well in your DFS lineup.
This will throw you off. Washington, as of right now, is a 1.5 favorite. I mean, underdog.
Underdog, yeah. No, it makes sense for them to be the underdog. I think Minnesota has looked better this year than Washington.
All right, so another one.
Washington's defense is terrible.
Miami versus New York Jets.
This game is better than I would have said it was 3 weeks ago. Both these teams have gotten a little feisty.
They're
not winning many games. It's tankathon, but
A-Chain, Lord, you got to smash him.
Oh, absolutely.
What? I feel bad for him. But
imagine if Kansas City had traded for him at the deadline.
Man, that'd been good.
Right?
But I was just fixing to say, I don't know what other team he would be good at. But when you say Kansas City, it'd probably be Kansas City.
You can see that. And of course, San Francisco doesn't need him, but
he would be great on them. Yeah. Okay, Miami. A-Chain, Tua, Waddle. I mean,
yeah, both of them. And honestly,
Waller?
Darren Waller looked good last week. He came back from IR and immediately was, I think, the leading target or at least leading in receiving yards for the Dolphins. So fire up Waller if you don't have one of the major tight ends,
All right.
Start, in one league, I have Kittle. He's on bye this week. I'm starting Darren Waller.
All right. Jets. I'm waiting for you to say somebody.
A.D. Mitchell. No, Breece Hall just had I believe, career high in snap percentage.
He'd be the only person I would think about.
Yeah, Breece Hall's a smash start.
DFS, maybe Adonai. I'll give you
DFS, that. You can throw a dart at Adonai. I mean, maybe John Metchie, we talked about last week, but A.D. Mitchell. Here's the thing: we've dunked on A.D. Mitchell a ton.
He's looked a lot better than what he did in Indianapolis.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's always been, even going into the draft, he's athletically so gifted. It's just, there's all these sort of mental mistake kind of things that really worry you. But if he can just kind of get out of that and just make some plays, he's really good at making plays. And he showed that last week. So, yeah, throw a dart at Eddie Mitchell.
Okay. Now, here's the question. We're supposed to talk about this next game. I really need help.
Okay.
And this will be me asking Foley for help.
Oh, boy.
Do we
need to hold hands for this?
I feel like I need to. I have Baker, and I have Justin Herbert. Who do you start? Justin with the gimpy hand against Philadelphia.
Against Philadelphia, yeah.
Or do you go Baker with the AC joint at New Orleans?
You know what would
I'm
really...
leaning toward Baker.
I would lean towards Baker. You know what would seal the... I for sure would go Baker, but you know what would really seal the deal for me?
What's that?
Is if a little guy by the name of Mike Evans does return this week, which he might.
No, is he really?
his window is opened.
Well, so has a lot of people that are IR, and they're still not back.
I think he comes back next week, but he has a chance to come back this week.
But don't you have to start Baker against New Orleans?
Yeah, I think it's Baker. I mean, Herbert. Yeah,
I love Herbert. I have an infatuation with Herbert. Love him.
Yeah.
But
it's hard not to like him.
Man, I'm just worried about that. Against the defense mostly. Although a lot of people aren't playing for Philadelphia this week.
This is the problem. Yeah, Jalen Carter's out.
Yeah.
But this is the problem with Justin Herbert. And I love him too. He's fun to watch. He's so talented. People forget the 5,000-yard season he had. But he's always hurt. And now his offensive line is, They've
been like that the whole week, though. I mean, the whole year.
It's gotten worse and worse.
Yes.
It's Swiss cheese. He's hurt now. He's playing hurt. And I know Baker is too, but
we'll get back to them.
Yeah. Baker looked fine last week playing through his injury.
It was like 14 points.
I know it didn't show up in production, but he looked fine.
Okay. I needed that.
You figure one more week, go for it.
So, first of all, New Orleans. Anybody?
Chris Olave, for sure.
Okay.
That's probably where I would end it. Monitor Devon Bailey. Again, maybe he's another DFS guy for you, but in deeper leagues, Devon Bailey should be owned. He's gone up and up, and I think he actually led in yardage for the Saints last week.
All right. Tampa Bay.
I know Evan loves Devon Bailey, by the way.
Loves him. I think he's on his real football team.
Yes.
Sorry. Tampa Bay.
Bucky's
Baker?
lock start. Baker is, he's like in that. He's a low-end QB1.
Egbuka?
Sure, Egbuka. Like, this is the thing about we hyped so much Egbuka and Tyler Warren at the beginning of the year, and they're still good, but they are not what they were at the beginning of the year.
Well, they're not superstars.
That's right.
They're rookies, and there's going to be an up and there's going to be a down.
That's right. And I think a lot of people just thought, oh, Egbuka is just, he's Justin Jefferson now.
No.
He's like, and he never was. And I never expected him. I don't think he will ever be the best wide receiver in the NFL. But
he's going to be good one.
Very, very good one. And so, I think he's a wide receiver too. And who's the other one we said? Oh, Chris Godwin he looked good last week. He looked more like his old self. He did have one bad drop in the end zone, but Chris Godwin, this is the most he has looked like himself since the ACL last year.
All right. What about Cade Otton?
I'm still not interested.
I know you
like him.
He's serviceable. I don't know what he had last week. That's the reason I was asking.
Consensus tight end 19 this week.
Yeah, you could do worse. Let's move on. Indianapolis.
Do a lot better.
Only 18. It's like half the league.
Yeah.
Anyway, Indianapolis versus Jacksonville. What is going on with these two teams? I don't know. Indianapolis. Who you got? Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor for sure.
I don't know about the wide receivers.
You can start any of them, honestly.
But you don't know.
Yeah,
one week it's Alex Pierce, one week it's Michael Pittman.
I haven't started Downs in a while, but every time I do start him, he scores a touchdown. So I'm always.
Are you starting him this week?
I'm not.
He's not going to score then.
I am starting Michael Pittman in another league. I'm starting Alec Pierce in yet another league.
Well, that cancels each other out. So feel free to start whoever.
Exactly. Like I feel comfortable starting any of the three any week, and it's you're not gonna be a league winner, but they're not gonna goose egg you, so it's fine.
And Indianapolis is such a
Jacksonville's pass D is legit though. Just to say,
well, what I was gonna say is it's either if you look at the scoreboard, it's like, oh man, Indianapolis scored a bunch of points.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones did great. It's not really him doing. Some games he does great, but most of the time it's just a Jonathan Taylor show.
Well, he's been dealing with an injury too, like a leg injury. And I said last week, I think he's turned a bit back into a pumpkin. And Daniel Jones was never bad.
He was on bad teams.
He was on terrible teams.
And he was coaches.
Yes, but he was never a bad quarterback. And I think we're seeing right now,
who he is.
Yeah, he's an okay mid-tier quarterback. Yeah, sure. He's Sam Darnold. I think that's actually a reasonable comp as someone who is farther down on Sam Darnold than most people are.
I know you are. That's the reason I said it.
Yeah, it's a reasonable comp. So just don't expect him to be, Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, let's move on to Jacksonville.
Carson Wentz.
Look,
he's looked good. Parker Washington's hurt. I think a lot of people are in on that being good for Brian Thomas Jr., and it is, but I think it's really good for Jacoby Myers.
What about Tootin showing out?
Tootin's looked good. Took him a while.
I think that's just the rookie thing.
Yeah, for sure. He's not like, he still doesn't look like a league winner to me.
He's not going to be.
Yeah.
He honestly, I think he'll be a good running back.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be great. I think he's good.
And next year, I don't think we're really going to get the full thing this year.
Now, if he gets a lead role,
yeah,
that might be a different story.
I think he could have that next year. I don't think it happens this year, though. But yeah, Jacoby Myers is who I am most excited to start in the Jacksonville offense. Well, and also, sorry, I have one I'm more excited for than that. A good old DFS degenerate for you, Brenton Strange.
Oh,
look, the Bengals are the worst defense for tight ends, but the Colts might be a close second. The Colts have been very bad against tight ends.
We didn't say start Tyler Warren.
Start Tyler Warren, of course. Yeah. Even though he fumbles the snap on the tush push, just like Harold Fannin does.
Hey, stop it on both of those.
They both fumbled tush push snaps.
But he also threw an incomplete pass to somebody for the end zone win.
Oh, great. He threw an incompletion.
But I mean, he's
awesome.
But I mean, if he would have caught it, that'd been awesome.
Sure. If I were a billionaire, I'd act just like Jerry Jones.
But here's the thing. He has a chance to throw that. You'll never be a billionaire.
No, absolutely. I love Tyler Warren. I'm not hating. I love Tyler Warren. But yeah, Brenton Strange, I think, is a really good tight end play this week, and especially DFS. Like, throw him in there.
All right, let's move on to the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Baltimore. I will say this will be this right here will, I can't think. Whoever wins this will be in the driver's seat, and whoever loses is probably going to blow their season up.
I think this is as good of a matchup as any to talk about a frustration that I currently have.
How good Aaron Rodgers is?
No,
I'm joking.
It's about with just the NFL in general this year. I think this is not the best year of NFL football.
Interesting.
I'm thinking back to a couple of years ago in the NBA when the Celtics won their last championship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how closely you follow basketball.
I do.
But so that year, the big take I had, and I'm a Celtics fan, by the way.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. I'm consistent. Boston and Detroit, all sports. I'm a big Celtics fan. But my take that year after they won, or as they were going on that run, was statistically by so many measures, you could have made this argument for that Celtics team to be a top 5 NBA team of all time.
Okay.
Their statistical output was incredible. But there's your face, and I agree with your face.
Yeah.
They were not.
They weren't.
Nobody was even trying to make that argument because the reality was that year in particular, the level of competition was just so
terrible,
bad in the NBA that even though this was a statistical juggernaut, everybody knew if you put them up against the 04 Pistons or the 96 Bulls or the 13 Warriors, it's a sweep. Like, they're not even going to be competitive in these games.
I'm so mad at you right now. You didn't even offer up the San Antonio Spurs.
I love like the 02 Spurs and the.
I'm an OG Spurs fan.
Oh, you're talking about like the 90s with, or in the 80s with.
No. I'm talking about the 90s and the early 2000s with Robinson, Duncan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Elliott, Ginobili.
Those are the guys I thought you were going back to like.
I love me some
Dennis
George
Rodman. When he was with the Spurs.
That was like the early 2000s.
Dennis Rodman was not with the Spurs in the early 2000s.
How much do you want to bet?
He was with them before he went to the Bowl.
No, first team that Dennis Rodman went to was the Detroit Pistons. That was the first team. And then he went to the Bulls. Get your facts.
Maybe I'm
a
little rusty. I'm a little rusty. Anyways, I like the Spurs. Yeah, I like Tim Duncan. To me, is the most underrated basketball player of all time. And Kawhi Leonard is someone who I love. I know he's a little bit later. He wasn't that era we're talking about.
He was good when he was on the Spurs, and then he went.
Well, he played. Well, I know there's the scandal in LA, but he won a championship with Toronto. Yeah. Anyways, all that to say, I think we're in the same moment in the NFL right now where, hey, Patriots, Broncos, and Chicago are the 3 best teams in the NFL.
Mm-mm.
I don't know that any of them are elite. And so we've got these teams like Pittsburgh should have been elite, depending on Rodgers. They look mid.
What happened to Baltimore?
Baltimore, exactly. Lamar looks terrible half the time. Their defense still kind of sucks. The Bills suck. right, like by their own standards. All these teams that are normally so good just kind of suck.
Well, honestly, I understand where you're coming from. I think what it is there's more. I can't think of the name of it. Everybody has a shot. I mean, we saw that last week with the Rams getting beat by
Carolina.
I mean, I think everybody has a chance. I don't think there's a juggernaut
That's
this year.
my point. Like, there's
and I like that.
I like it to an extent. Like, I'm a huge fan of parity, to be clear.
Parity, that's what I was saying.
I love parity. It's my favorite thing about the NFL. There's more parity in this sport, in this league, than any other in professional sports or college sports, anything, right? It's what I love about it. But it just feels like nobody is playing at the level that they're capable of. Except, like, okay, New England is playing at the level that they're capable of, but that's not as high as the level that Buffalo should be capable of, that Baltimore should be capable of.
So here's what I think was going to happen, and this is, I mean, I know we're getting off the rails, but I feel like Chicago, New England are at their best.
Yes, absolutely.
Right now. And I think the closer we get, they're going to drop.
Yeah, I think
and
you're
then
right.
These middle tier teams, Buffalo, I hate to say it, Green Bay, the Rams, they've been good. Kansas City, they're like mid, and they're going, depending on injuries, they will go wherever they're going to go and rise to the top.
Sure. Although here's my last thing. I totally agree with everything you just said. My last data point, so to speak, to drive home this point that the level of competition is just not what it usually is. I believe that the Rams, who have been so good this year, right? I think they were consensus the best team in the NFL this year before they lost to the Panthers.
I still think they are.
They might be. I believe that they are no different from the team that they have been for the last 5 years, which is always a very good team that's not quite good enough. I mean, they won the Super Bowl that one year, but the last few years, they've been they're always in the playoffs. They always usually end up having to play Tampa Bay in the playoffs, and they're sort of right there on that second tier of NFC teams that aren't quite a contender, but they're feisty. I think they're the same level of team that they've always been, but the competition is so much worse that it's they look elite now.
I think that rolls into parity, like you were talking about. I understand what you're saying. I do. So let's get it back on the rails.
Sorry.
Pittsburgh, DK?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Yeah, Jaylen Warren. Yeah, he's back to the driver's seat. I know there was that 1 week where Ken Gainwell popped off, and Gainwell still has his role. You can consider desperation flexing Gainwell any week, but it's Jaylen Warren's role. Yeah, DFS, sure. It's Jaylen Warren's role, and he should be good.
All right, Baltimore. Help me out on that one.
Bench Lamar Jackson. How about that? You want to bench him? If you are in one of these situations where you've got to keep winning to make the playoffs,
I agree.
Can you roll out Lamar Jackson?
Look, that's what I'm saying. This game, out of all the games that we're talking about, is going to be an either or. It's either Lamar and Baltimore is going to come out there, and I'm not even going to say it's have a good game, have a decent game, and shut Pittsburgh down, or Pittsburgh, with the whole Mike Tomlin thing going on right now, is fixing to come out and crush them. That's the either or. And I know there's not going to be one that people aren't going to be good on both sides.
We should talk about the Tomlin thing, but real quick, I got one for you. This week, Lamar Jackson or Jacoby Brissett.
Oh my goodness, who they? Oh, Brissett. And I feel so bad saying that.
I think I would go Lamar, but it is close, and it's sad that it's close.
It's so close.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a great matchup for Brissett
either.
But yeah, I mean, that's where things are. That's how bad he has been.
I'm squeaking. I don't even want to say Brissett has more weapons.
So I don't think Marvin Harrison is going to play.
He is playing.
He is going to play?
I think so.
Is that heel?
I think he's playing.
Okay. Well, if he plays, then you're probably right about the weapons.
If not, they had Dortch. Oh, God.
They got Michael Wilson, baby. I was
who would happen?
I was kind of rooting for Marvin Harrison to not play just so
you can see Wilson.
Yeah,
he is like a stud right now.
But he wasn't nearly as productive with Harrison on the field because I think he's just kind of proven that he's a better wide receiver than Marvin Harrison.
Is that scary?
But they just won't utilize him when Harrison's on the field.
I know.
Anyway, I know we're on we'll get to the Cardinals.
Yes,
but thank you for that. On the Tomlin thing, I don't know. Do you think he should be fired?
Without thinking about it and without going back and looking at records and blah, 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 no.
I don't know.
When I look at the records and what people are saying, kind of. You got to think about this now. Okay, I will come. Let me do it to you this way. Okay. Mike Tomlin comes in as a new coach. He has a great quarterback, a great defense. He has pieces. He wins a Super Bowl. Those pieces, retire, get out of the way. He's drafting people like Kenny Pickett. There are other people that, if you're a fan, you know who they are. What has he done since he has taken over and built the team? That's the question I think you have to look at. But from what you're saying, just right off the cusp, yes, keep him. But
I can also present both sides.
Yeah, developing players and drafting players and a winning attitude. I want to say lean toward Tomlin, but at the same time, it's questionable. But if they fire Tomlin today,
he's got a job tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. So, all right, first of all, I will defend him on the Pickett thing just because who else was there? You needed a quarterback. Who else was there? It was a terrible year for quarterbacks. It was a terrible year maybe he could have done a revival project. He has not had an elite quarterback since, I would say, 2015 was Ben Roethlisberger's last elite year. And so he had the ghost or the corpse of Ben Roethlisberger and then
Jerome Bettis and all those.
Yeah, sure. But, I think the most negative thing I could say about Mike Tomlin, other than I agree with some of his game management decisions, are you okay?
I'm done. Baby.
He's gone on mute. Maybe you can hear it on my mic. The worst thing that I could say, besides the fact that I disagree with some of his game management stuff, and he's just a little too old school for me, but beyond that, the worst thing I could say is there is one win per year difference between him and Jeff Fisher. Jeff Fisher went 8-8 every year. He goes 9-8 every year now.
And wins the division in a crappy division. And it's not even really crappy. It's because everybody beats up everybody.
It's a great division, but he hasn't won the division in a while. It's been Baltimore and Cincinnati. So I don't know. I could definitely understand. But at the same time, like you said, he gets fired. Okay, he goes and takes over the Giants. The Giants are such a better team with Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, I'm going to totally derail this for a second. I have this take about DeAndre Swift that I don't think I've ever shared on the podcast, which is DeAndre Swift is the kind of running back that when you first get him, you're so excited to have him and it makes your backfield better. But then a year or two goes by and you're like, we could do better than this. We need to upgrade. And so if you're Detroit, you're moving on from Kerryon Johnson and you get DeAndre Swift and you're like, hey, this is great. But then you get to this point like, oh, but there's Jahmyr Gibbs. We want Jahmyr Gibbs instead. Yeah. And Philadelphia is moving on from Miles Sanders and you're like, DeAndre Swift, this is a huge upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
And that's where Chicago's, I think, probably going to be soon, where, hey, this is a huge upgrade from whoever the hell we had before, but we can do better now. I think it's the same thing with Mike Tomlin, right? He can come in and make the Giants such a better team, or whoever else, Tennessee. He can make them such a better team.
But does he?
Oh, absolutely. He makes it like he will elevate that team for sure. He has a much higher floor than a bad coach, but does he have the ceiling? Does he have a Super Bowl ceiling anymore?
I don't
think he does, honestly. I love the man. I don't think he does.
All right. So, Lord, let's move along.
Sorry.
Denver versus...
That was a good conversation.
It was. Yes. Especially with Mike Tomlin. Denver versus Las Vegas.
I just don't like Denver.
What is there to like about Denver? I mean, seriously, I'm being serious about this.
If you're just an old school Saints fan who misses Sean Payton, that's it.
Okay, we'll go down the list.
I never liked Sean Payton.
Bo Nix.
No, there's nothing to like about him.
R.J. Harvey.
Nothing to like about him.
Cortland Sutton. Any other wide receiver.
No.
Evan Ingram.
No.
Anybody on the defense.
He has two. Sure. Pat Surtain is very likable. The dude with testicular cancer, sure.
He's a good story.
Yeah. Nick Benito, sure. Like, there's some defensive players you can kind of, I don't know. I've never liked Denver. I hate them, but I've never cared for them.
They're just a meh team.
Yeah.
So
they're 10-2. By God.
How?
Again, I've told you why. It's the low level of competition.
All right, so does Las Vegas beat Denver? Does Geno Smith go off?
I will take the Raiders to cover, but I keep taking the Raiders to cover, and they keep letting me down. Like, they're the one dog that I keep getting wrong. But I will take the Raiders to cover.
So are we starting anybody on Denver?
Sutton's a fine start. Harvey, I actually am starting Harvey in one league this week where it doesn't really matter, but for seeding, I'm locked into the playoffs, but I have someone on bye. I'm starting RJ Harvey. Sutton's fine. Don't touch any of the other wide receivers. Don't touch Evan Ingram. Yeah, that's it. Sutton and RJ Harvey are it.
All right, Las Vegas.
Brock Bowers, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ashton
Trey Tucker.
Sorry, Ashton J.
Trey Tucker.
Don't touch Trey Tucker. Don't do Trey Tucker. But
I wouldn't start. I like Trey Tucker.
I know you do.
All right, moving on. Chicago, Green Bay.
Best team in the NFC right here. The Chicago Bears.
How gross is that? Once again, look, I know what you're saying, but like, how is Chicago good?
It's Ben Johnson. They're not an elite team, though, is the thing. They're 9-3. They are not an elite team. They're a good team.
Look, you can ask any Bears fan at the start of the season, they'll be like, "Oh, we're going to win 10 games this year."
Yeah, they're gonna. They were right.
They're right. I mean, now they're thinking Super Bowl.
Yeah, they shouldn't think that.
No. So Chicago, are you going to start Caleb?
God, sorry, I just saw the line. It's
how
Green Bay is not even the leader in this division. That goes to Chicago, but Green Bay is favored by a touchdown. 6.5. So sorry, who'd you ask about? Caleb? Yeah, you can. I mean, I'm the only league where I have Caleb. I have him and Stafford, and it's a Stafford week for me. I kind of just play the matchups with those two. It's a Stafford week. This is a rough matchup for Caleb, but
yes. What about
depending on your options?
What about your running backs?
Start either of them.
Either of them?
Yeah, well, I mean, I did that in a lot of leagues last week. I started both Swift and Monungai. Now, it was a great matchup, to be clear, and this is a much worse matchup. But they both had 100-plus yards, and I think a touchdown each.
Green Bay's defense, on paper, is great, but in real life, I mean...
They've had... They're hit or miss with their run defense in particular.
Quay Walker and some other people have been out, but...
So I do think, like, temper your expectations, but you can start either Swift or Monungai. Swift is the one to prioritize. 2 wide receivers
on Chicago that you're starting. Just 2.
I don't want to start 2. I want to start none of them.
That's what I'm getting at.
If I had to pick 2...
Would it be Moore or would it be Odunze? Or neither?
Or would it be Burden? Like, I think Burden would be one of them, honestly.
Are you starting Loveland? Would he be your wide receiver?
Yes, Loveland. Well, you absolutely start Loveland. I think my wide receivers would be Odunze and Burden and leave DJ Moore out of it. And I hate to say that, but I think that's where I land. I think Luther Burden looks like the best wide receiver on this team, though, right now.
All right, Green Bay side of the ball. Is Josh Jacobs playing?
I think so.
Do you trust Love? Sorry.
Yeah, sure. It's Toyotathon. This is
wide receiver. I mean, this is what
Christian Watson. Okay. Christian Watson's looked really good. I've got to give it to him. I've criticized him his entire career. He's looked really good. It's Toyotathon for Jordan Love. Those two will have some magic. I'll bank on that. I'm not touching Dobbs. I'm not touching Dontavian Wicks. One of them will get a touchdown, but good luck. Or Savion Williams will get a touchdown. Who knows? But Christian Watson's the only one I am willing to start.
All right. Lord, let's move on to the Rams versus Arizona. Brissett versus Stafford. Okay, we'll start with the Rams.
Quarterback duel, 2 of the greats.
You're starting Stafford. I don't care what you say.
Absolutely.
Blake Corum over Kyron?
Who's older, Stafford or Brissett? I think it's Stafford, but not by much.
Really? I think it's Stafford by a lot. I could be wrong.
Jacoby is about to turn 33. Okay, Stafford's about to turn 38. Yeah. Anyways, which team are we talking first?
Rams. Corum over Kyron?
No.
Okay. I just wondered.
I wouldn't go that far. It's going to be frustrating. They've made it clear that they're trying to
run a two-headed.
Well, specifically, they're trying to save some of Kyron for the playoffs.
Yes.
They don't want to run him into the dirt, which is smart on their part, I think. They're in the driver's seat. Why overrun him? And you've got a great backup in Blake Corum.
That's the reason I was like,
yeah, but I wouldn't start Corum over Kyron. I wouldn't even start Corum. I have him in 1 or 2 leagues.
Okay.
I'm not starting him. Kyron, you can start. It's just going to be a little bit ugly and unpredictable.
Devontae started.
How many has he got now? 15, 16 touchdowns?
I don't know. He's great.
17 maybe? Like, good Lord. Dude just keeps getting touchdowns. He doesn't get targeted the rest of the game, but they get into the end zone.
He's there.
That's it. Every freaking time. It's incredible.
And Puka's going to get him down there.
Puka's getting him down there.
Devontae scored.
This is a monitor type guy, maybe a DFS degenerate, but Xavier Smith, wide receiver, is. So this is interesting. When they go into the Rams in the Sean McVay era, it's been this running joke that, like, find you someone who loves you the way Sean McVay loves 11 personnel, right? That's all he has run since he became an offensive coordinator is 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back. That's 11 personnel. It's always, but this year he's changed it up to where he's running a lot of 13 personnel, where it's 3 wide receivers. 3 tight ends, 1 running back, 1 wide receiver. And when he runs 13 personnel, which he's doing more than anyone else in the league right now, neither Puka nor Devontae are on the field. He's taking both of them off the field and putting Xavier Smith onto the field.
Mm-hmm.
So monitor him. You're not going to start him in a normal week right now, but keep an eye on him. He could have an increased role. Uriah is going deep into the research on something. Didn't know the word I just said.
I did not. I couldn't tell you about it.
Listen back to it.
But hey, I will. I'm sorry. I'm doing this for our listeners, all 10 of them. What's his face? Marvin Harrison may not play. You're right.
Think he would.
You're right. So I would say smash Wilson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, look at the things too. Anybody else? Are you starting Bam Knight?
You can flex him, assuming Michael Carter does not Michael Carter. Trey Benson does not come back. I don't think he's
not.
Yeah.
That's who I was mad about the IR that he was supposed to come back like 2 weeks ago. He didn't.
Yeah, he's just not getting activated. He's running out of time. He's got like 7 more days, less than that maybe. And if they don't activate him, he's done for the year.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
When you open the window for someone to return to IR,
you have a time.
21 days.
Okay.
And if you don't activate him by the end of that 21 days, he's done for the year.
All right. Let's move on to Houston versus Kansas City. I like Houston.
That defense is so good. That defense is legit.
I know, man. And all they got to do is just get if Houston can get any kind of semblance of just a either run or pass going, their defense will carry them.
If Woody can just make it through a whole game healthy, I think that would help.
He's so good, but
he keeps looking like he's having these season-ending injuries.
And they're like out for the game.
Yeah, that's it. Or not even the whole game. Sometimes he's back in the 4th quarter.
Who was it that used to always get hurt and come back in the game?
Oh, Tyreek used to do
yeah.
The year that he had like 1,800 receiving yards, whatever it was.
He would go out 3rd quarter and come back in the 4th.
Yeah, every week.
So Stroud, I think, is a
super flex.
Yeah, I like Woody. I don't know what just. I don't know.
I'll tell you I'm really frustrated with Houston right now, and I'm kind of calling my shot with it this week in one league. Ted McMillan is on bye, and that's hurt me because I have him everywhere. Jaden Higgins, who you knew, I loved him going into the year. I loved him coming out of the draft. He has looked so good, and they will not increase his role.
I know. And that's so crazy to me. I was just fixing to bring that up. If you turn it on and watch a drive, he's catching a ball out of bounds, 7 yards catch out of bounds. I mean, what else can you do? I mean, he's catching all the balls
all the balls. I don't have his stats in front of me, but I mean, he's the last 4 weeks. In particular, he has done so much with so little in terms of snaps.
Yeah.
But they just won't give him more snaps. I'm going to I don't love the matchup against the Chiefs. However, I am going to call my shot in at least one league where I start him and hope that he actually does get an increased role this week.
Okay.
But I would rather wait.
Nico's a smash.
Absolutely.
Moving on to Kansas City. I hate Kansas City so bad. I just don't want to say anybody.
It's hard to be objective.
Yeah, I'm not the person on this team.
I think
But
this is a bad game for Xavier Worthy. And I say that as someone who has to start him this week in a league where I do need a win. I think it's a bad week for Xavier Worthy.
But Patrick Mahomes will have 250 and 2.
Sure.
For somehow.
Rashee Rice will cook.
So, hey, on Kansas City, just whoever you like.
Rashee Instant Rice.
All right, let's move on to Philadelphia versus the Chargers. What are we thinking about this game? What Philadelphia Eagle team shows up?
I think this is going to be such a boring game.
It is.
Any Philadelphia game is inherently boring because they're so gross to watch.
Unless they're throwing. And then it's fun.
To be fair, they threw the ball a ton last week, and it was still gross to watch. Because
I didn't watch them.
I don't know. Let's look back at the stats on that game, because it was kind of wild to realize how much...
Your boy AJ.
AJ. Great. So last week... Jalen Hurts went 19 of 34 for 230 yards and 2 touchdowns, plus 4 carries for 31 yards. A.J. Brown went 10 catches out of 12 targets for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. And the Eagles only put up 15 points in the game. That's what
I'm saying,
How
man.
do you have these stat lines and a lot of it was just, I don't know if some people are going to blame Jalen Hurts. I'm going to blame the coaching because I don't like Nick Sirianni. As much as I'm happy to see them throwing the ball to A.J. Brown, they had so many plays where Dallas Goedert was wide open over the middle.
Yeah.
But nope, that's not where he was in the progression. We're going to throw out another ISO ball to A.J. And look, their run game, they were right to throw the ball. Saquon was horrible. Saquon couldn't do anything on the ground. That offensive line is banged up. They just can't do anything anymore on the ground. So they're right to throw the ball, but they're only throwing on these ISO routes. They're not scheming anyone open. They're not scheming A.J. Brown open or Devontae Smith or Dallas Goedert. It's all just go win your one-on-ones on the outside, guys. And A.J. can do that. But if you scheme things a little better, you could have done more, or at least your offense as a whole could have done more. I hate them. I hate them so much.
I have nothing for them. And I like the Eagles.
Do you bench Saquon?
I don't think you can.
I don't really either.
I understand if you do. I have no problem if you do, but I don't think you can.
I think he's an RB2, but yeah, I would wish I could bench him.
Yeah, because it's just, oh my gosh. Anyway, moving on. Chargers. Look, we said a little bit before, the hand injury plus the Eagles plus Chargers, and I don't know if you start him. I want to. I like him. I just don't know if I could.
I don't think there's a single Charger I start this week. Vlad, maybe. That's the only one I'd even consider.
Is Omarion back?
If he is, I'd rather wait a week.
Okay. I got you. So, nobody on the Chargers?
Maybe Lad. That's it. I don't want Gadsden. I don't want Quentin Johnson.
Yeah,
I don't want Keenan Allen.
Yeah, Gadsden, he's great, but he's 2 years probably down the road.
Yeah.
So that's anything else on the games?
College football. What? I know you have takes.
Let me say something here. College football community. What are we doing? Listen, I could go. Okay, I'm just going to say this, and it's not because I do think the SEC is the best league in college football. And I think you're nut if you don't think that, because just looking at it,
Big Ten's caught up to them, probably, right?
They have one decent team. For some reason, Indiana's in there this year, but that's just because they don't play anybody else. But that's a whole nother story. Ohio State, yes, they're always going to be there. I get that. Vanderbilt won 10 games this year. They lost to Alabama, barely lost to Texas. They should have won the Texas game. But somehow they're not in the playoffs. Alabama is. They're playing for the SEC championship.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what are we doing?
So what you're saying is we need to expand the playoffs again.
No. Do you know in the ACC who might make it to the playoffs?
I don't.
It's
Miami. They did not.
No, it's Duke in the championship game versus Virginia. Duke is like 7-8, 7-4 or something like that.
And the winner will get in?
Yeah.
So you're not going to like this take.
Oh, Lord.
Here's what I've always thought.
Saying this, Foley, do you watch a lot of college football?
No, okay. Absolutely not.
Go ahead.
But listen, the last college football season I watched closely was the year Deshaun Watson beat Alabama in the national championship.
So long ago. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That was the last year I was like, every week I'm watching college football. But even back then, this was always my take, is this is all you need for a playoff system. And you're not going to like it. The winner of each of the Power 5 conferences gets in, and then you get 2 or 3 wild card teams.
No.
That's it. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Look, it's just so disheartening. I mean, I really get aggravated. What needs to happen is they need to let a camera crew in when the committee gets in there and talks about all their people and let that be on video to see what really happens. Because then
they'd be all performative.
Oh, well, then you wouldn't get, Notre Dame is so they blah, blah, blah. No,
Listen, I totally agree with you that the SEC is the best conference, but if you can't win the conference,
how can you win the conference?
Someone's got to, and if you weren't the best in the conference, how can you possibly be the best in all of college football?
Look, I could go down a deep hole with this. So deep.
I'm just telling. So that's one thing. Lane Kiffin, what do you think?
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, you can listen to the rumors and blah, 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 blah. If Nick Saban tells you you have a better chance of winning at LSU than you do at Ole Miss, do you go, hey, Nick, you're stupid. You don't know anything about football? No, I'm saying no. You go, hey, that's a good idea. Plus, I'm getting $90 million a year.
Sure.
Plus, I'm getting $25 million in NIL every year for my players.
Sure.
He did the right thing. Now, saying this, he shouldn't have said.
I'd get him started.
He shouldn't have said anything about this.
Yeah.
He should have kept it to himself. He should not have rage-baited. What was the old coach? I can't think of Brian Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
On TikTok, Instagram, and all that to start, because that's probably who got him fired was Lane Kiffin. So saying that, Lane Kiffin,
that's true. I didn't think about that.
Keep it to yourself, bro. Play the whole season out, and then at the end of the season, go, I'm leaving.
Listen, I was so entertained by Kiffin halfway through the week that they played LSU, and because his daughter was dating the linebacker, and he was trolling the linebacker.
Have you heard the funny story about this?
Oh, maybe.
Will Weeks.
Yeah.
Entered the transfer portal.
Oh, did he? Oh, no.
So the thing I'm praying for, please, Will Weeks, go to Ole Miss.
That would be very funny. I did not know that. So my only thing, and this is a lukewarm take. I know most people feel the same way, but it's just so stupid. I've always thought it's so stupid that this is even the way it is. Why are you allowed to take a job with a different team before the season is over?
It's not right.
You don't do that shit in the NFL.
Look, this is the thing it's just terrible. It's like you got playoffs, you got National Signing Day, and you have all this coaching and the transfer portal all opens within like the same 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it's that's not right. And look, coaches and athletic directors should be held accountable for these problems.
Yeah.
It's not the kids. The kids are going to follow money, and I can't blame them because I would be chasing the bag too.
Yeah.
But you can't tell a kid, all right, you have to do this, you have to do that, but I'm bailing out after the Egg Bowl.
Yeah,
Can't do it.
Look, I've got no problem with the transfer portal or any of that. I know some people have their problems with it.
Well, there's issues for it.
I'm sure there's ways that they can improve on it. But in general, let the kids do their thing. Let them make their money or whatever. I'm all for it. But with the coaching thing, I mean, in the NFL, it's controversial that in Super Bowl week you're allowed to talk to those assistant coaches.
Should not happen.
Yeah, but before Super Bowl week, you cannot talk to someone who's still in it. You cannot. It is tampering. You will lose draft picks if you do it. And they're serious about it. It's not hard to enforce. It's
the thing that makes me mad is how can Lane say, I'm leaving. I'm taking all my coaches with me. And by the way, I'm poaching some of the players with me.
Yeah.
You cannot do that. That's not right.
And it's I don't blame Lane because that's the rule system he's operating in. And so
he can, you
got to do it if that's what you're that's LSU wants you to do it.
Everybody else is doing it.
Everybody else is doing it. Your employer is going to look down on you if you don't do it. They're giving you $90 million. You got to do it.
Last year, the school down the street did it.
Yeah, sure.
Southern
Miss for our international fans.
It's the same thing. You shouldn't
so
happen,
it's on the NCAA, who used to be too draconian with their rules, and now they're just
like Wild West.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Anyways, I knew I'd get you riled up with all that.
Sorry.
That was fun. It was good to see you.
It was good. Thank
in
you.
your element.
So, okay. So,
I have a Christmas movie.
Football's not my element. I appreciate that. Wow. That really went south quick. Look.
I didn't mean it that way, but, but if the shoe fits.
Wow. I don't really know how to.
I have a Christmas movie.
Well, hang on. Before you get your Christmas movie, I'm going to do my take on a movie that's out right now.
Go for it.
Aliens Badland. Or Predator Badland.
Predator.
Excuse me. Where do I start with this one?
Did not look good.
First 10 minutes, awesome. Great. I want the whole movie like that. I mean, when you got two predators battling out with plasma swords and chopping hands off, and yeah, great. Predators, aliens, anything like that is not a buddy cop movie.
Yeah, but they wanted to make it one. I could tell from the trailer.
It is one. And the whole thing is terrible.
Yeah.
Give me bits and make it a hour movie and cut out all the other crap. Good movie.
Yeah.
But with all that added other crap, no, it's not a good movie. And it's not.
It did not look like a Predator movie.
It is 3 out of 5, and watch it when it comes out on Netflix or whatever while you're scrolling on Facebook.
Okay.
That's what kind of movie it is.
Okay.
So go ahead with your Christmas.
Mine's the opposite kind of movie. This is not something you want to be scrolling Facebook while you watch, because you got to watch it very closely.
I'm watching it this year. You keep talking about it. I'm going to watch
Every year
it.
I'm sure I talked about it on the podcast last year.
He did, but go ahead.
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I consider it a Christmas movie in the same way that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, I'm sorry to get you off of this.
No, you're fine.
I had to attend a classical symphony Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Which
That's why we're related with the podcast.
Yeah, because my daughter was singing in the choir.
It's nice.
But let me tell you something. If you are not a fan of music, as in classical symphony, you will have a lot of time on your hands. One of the composers was Franz Huber.
What's his story?
Well, do you know
That sounds familiar. Well, I'm blanking. Is he a Nazi?
Die Hard.
Oh.
Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber, yes.
And he was Franz Gruber.
Yes, I got you.
Anyway,
I'm sorry I didn't make the connection at
I'm
first.
sorry.
It was
anyway.
Hans Gruber. Yes.
Continue with Tinker Soldier. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're totally fine. This is my favorite spy movie for sure. It's a slow burner. It's one that you've got to not blink while you watch it, or you'll get confused. You'll be like, I don't know what's going on if you're not paying very close attention. But if you give it the attention it deserves, it is so good. The cast is incredible.
Is the book better?
Not to me.
Okay.
Some people will say yes. Some people will absolutely say yes. It's not my kind of book, honestly. To me, it worked better as a movie, but
Just wondering where I need to start with it.
Yeah. Start with the movie for sure. Gary Oldman, Benedict Cumberbatch, Colin Firth, Tom Hardy, John Hurt, Toby Jones, Mark Strong. The list goes on.
That's a lot of people.
It's so good. I can't say enough good about it. And the reality is there are 3 flashback scenes very important to the film, but they're cut out throughout. They keep having these 3 flashbacks to a Christmas party that is central to the plot. And that is the extent to which this is a Christmas movie. It's the first thing I watch after Thanksgiving every year. I love it. How
did we go 1 hour and 20 without Evan?
We went on some real rants here and tangents.
Sorry about those rants, guys.
No, that's what our listeners are here for.
Do we need to have a special SEC podcast?
You and Evan can lead that conversation, and I'll just find ways to rage bait you.
Joe and James on here for that.
That's true. That's true. I'll just be over here finding ways to rage bait.
Let's see. I got nothing else. You got anything else?
I think Miami should be in the playoffs.
They did beat Notre Dame, but
okay, so there you go. I just thought that might trigger you. I don't know.
I don't think they get in, but anyway, whatever.
Happy playoffs, everybody! If this is your last week before playoffs start,
that would be me.
Yeah,
since I'm not good at fantasy football per Foley.
I didn't say that.
Saying that. See you later, guys.
Goodbye.